So what's going on in the life of Maino before
Man,
we get into anything?
everything is beautiful, man. I'm on the internet watching you guys. A lot of shit happening. Yeah, I got a lot going on this show. There's a lot happening.
What shows?
The Adam.
Oh, so
No
you mean
Jumper.
just as a viewer, you have a
As
lot of shows
viewer.
to watch?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
highly entertained.
So you can watch the Adam and Wack show even though you don't get along with him?
Wack100 is 1,000% entertaining. At first, I was like, who the f is this nigga? But now I get him, totally get him. He's a cartoon.
Okay.
100%. I wouldn't even say, I don't even feel like I don't get along with him. It ain't really nothing to me, but it's very entertaining though.
Because the conflict that you guys had, I don't even remember what it was, but it was pretty minor overall, right?
It's always him minding business, lying. He's a liar. But lying on the internet is really a thing because it's about the story. It's about the content. So it doesn't matter if what is being said is true or not. It's entertaining. You did an interview with a guy that came on your show, and you sat there and interviewed him for 15 hours. And everything he said was a lie.
Oh, you're talking about Snow Billy.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a long interview.
There you go. Made up stories. Made up stories. He went on your show, told you that he was bodyguarding Black China and all this.
And he was talking about how he was super involved with 6ix9ine early on, which I don't.
All made up.
Yeah.
Made up. But those things taught me lessons because it was like, it's a lesson in everything. So I come from an era when it's like, oh, you got to be about what you say you're about and all this real nigga shit. But the internet ain't that. It's entertaining and it's not personal. So I used to take everything personal. The fuck Adam got this dude up there. I was like a little bit in my feelings at the time, but then I had to learn, had to understand, and I'm just being honest. And because it's all about the content, people don't care what the truth is. It's not about a certain standard on a level of principles. It's about none of that, so it is what it is. So when it comes to Wack, it's just, he's entertaining.
Right. I mean, how have you seen it change? Because, you were in the streets before the internet, and then you lived through really like the whole internet streets melded age, and then now that shit is so mainstream. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's putting all their gang shit out there on Front Street.
I think you help open that up.
Definitely a little bit.
I think you help open up the street version of the podcaster or the content creator when it comes to guys saying, okay, I've been in the street all this time, I don't have a lot of motion, and this thing going on, these podcasts starting to seem like a thing to do. Right? Again, so you got a guy that comes on your show and just start making them stories.
Loose cannon.
Right, so there you go. It don't matter if it's true or not, because it's sensationalized. People going to do what? They're going to click it. Yeah,
and he is someone who's smart enough and also dumb enough to know how to weaponize that shit.
There you go.
There
you go. A dude like Wack is highly intelligent. That's what make him dangerous, because he's super intelligent, and he knows how to play the game, and he know like in the rap game, most of these niggas is soft. They don't really want no issues, and he ain't gonna really be running into dudes and none of that. But he understands the content game of saying certain things, getting the rise out of people, saying certain things, getting attention for it, and making a name for yourself, because that's what all these dudes did. Yeah. Made names for themselves, made themselves relevant, so to speak, in this arena, and then the smart ones got money.
But does it make you feel like the streets are dead idea is true? Because it doesn't feel like much comes from this. Like, dudes go on podcasts, say the craziest shit possible about very real certified dudes, and then we never find out anything real happening from it.
Well, the thing about that is this. Street shit gonna always be street shit. As long as there's ghettos, as long as there's poverty, you're gonna always have an element of violence, drugs, gangs, or whatever. the guys that choose to teeter-totter between both areas, I think they smart enough to know not to take it but so far. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit about this guy. It's gonna get views. I really don't like him, but do I really want to spend the rest of my life in jail?
And also, a lot of those dudes who are saying the crazy shit on podcasts are very much the like not outside types. Being outside and being like that is a totally different challenge.
That's a totally different challenge. I was telling my homeboy the other day, I was like, one thing that, and this is no disrespect to nobody, but one thing that a lot of these guys have in common, like a lot of dudes that have these pages and these platforms and like to like talk crazy about people, one thing they all have in common is they've totally given up the idea of being outside.
Yeah.
They don't hang out, you won't find them in clubs, they're not at events, they're not at the hot, such and such weekend. Like, they've totally given that up. And it's okay. I got to the point where I was seeing my name being mentioned and shit, and then I would be upset about it, and then it would go away. And then I was just like, I had to understand that this is just what it is. Once the internet came, it gave voice to people that probably didn't have voices before. They had opinions, but they didn't have an outlet. They had thoughts. You can tell me the other day, yo, Maino, you know what? Some of these guys, they just didn't like the way you came in the game. Like you had feelings about the way I came in the game. Like I was, in your opinion, I was being a bully, or I was too aggressive in your eyes. So now what do? You wait till you have a platform where you don't have to, have no requirements, and then you voice your opinion and disrespect people. Why not have your opinion before? You didn't like how I was moving 10, 15 years ago, but you never said nothing.
Right, because you've kind of seen all sides of this, because you came in the game as like I don't know if you would say hot-headed, but you were coming out of prison and shit,
right.
and like establishing yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, but I mean, at the same time, like, did you have that clout chaser mentality at that time or not really?
No, I was ignorant. I'm gonna be 100%.
So you were kind of like doing some of this shit on the internet to get attention, but you didn't understand what you were doing. That's the problem. Now there's a whole
wasn't
generation
no internet though.
who get it.
It wasn't.
What year were we talking?
Well, it was the internet.
Yeah, it was like just very early internet.
It was very early. It wasn't what it was today.
Yeah.
It was the internet, but like my mentality was like, I'm gonna get in the game and I'm gonna like show them like I'm the genuine article.
Right.
Like I'm really this.
Yeah.
Y'all just like dressing up and portraying that. But it was an ignorant way of thinking, because you gotta understand, the only two places I ever been to was the street and prison.
Yeah.
And then when I got out of prison, where did I go? Back to the street.
Yeah.
So I hadn't had no real development yet as it pertains to living in the free world,
right.
The bigger world, right? Because the street mentality is a small mentality, right? It's how many people are really street people that live by that principle. The majority of the world is regular people, right? I didn't know that because my world has only been what? Street and then a prison yard.
Right.
So everybody there is on the same thing. It's no ratting, real, handle your problems with violence. You got an issue with a nigga, handle that violently. And not understanding that and getting out and thinking that, okay, I'm really this, it pushed me into a position to do things that now that I look back and said that I could have handled that better. And I'm just being honest. This is the development of a man. You understand? It's not like I'm walking back anything I've ever done.
Right.
But it's just me looking at it and saying, damn, because people see me all the time, say, man, you did this, you smacked this one, or you was involved in this, and this happened, and I say, yeah, all that, I ain't really pumping that though, right? Like that ain't even what I'm pumping, because we done got past that, and I'm grateful to been able to get past that, to still be here right now. So it changed, but then I had to develop as well, because when I realized that when I started to see the world, started to travel, and I'm in rooms and I'm telling stories like, yeah, we went back in there and we was shooting and we was doing that. And regular people in the corporate world was like, what, man? No. They didn't understand. They didn't relate. They didn't relate to what I'm talking about because the average person don't relate.
Right.